Hey everyone, I am making a quick handheld video on how to make program patches, multi-layer program patches on a Roland XV5050. And this video is for people who have this device but do not have a laptop or don't have the software to use a laptop or a Mac to do it on a computer. So you have to do this on the device using just the buttons and the knobs on the actual interface. This has taken me a couple of hours to figure out because the user manual, if you know anything about Roland gear, the user manuals are always written missing key elements and things like that. So here's where you want to start. You're going to turn your device on. You're going to go to bank PA001. It's your sequence template. This should be the same on every device if you formatted it with your factory settings if you get this used. So you can hit your performance button and whatever you have to do, turn your dial so that you're at PA01. Now, if you click the edit button and turn your dial, you notice that you'll have your different menus here. So the first one is common, and then effects, MIDI, and part. And those are the only four menus that you have under here. It starts with that. Hit the edit button and take it back off. You're back to your main menu here. Come over here and hit the part button, and you'll see then when you hit the part button, it doesn't really show you anything, but you'll see that the parts change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll go up to 16 because you can layer up to 16 different patches to make a performance. So come over here, hold down performance and hit patch at the same time. Now this screen has changed, and you can change the octave for the patch that you're on, and you'll see that part 1 is 64 voice piano, and if you move your cursor you can change the octave for that. Okay, but what you want to do is ultimately what you're trying to do is layer 4 or 5 different patches in this performance and then use this as your template. So you just copy this template over and then change all the patches in it each time. So now you've got these two buttons lit. So now hit your part button, and you'll see that part 2 is finger bass, part 3 is 64 voice, and part all the way up to 16 is just 64 voice again. Okay, but if you play this on your keyboard, all you're going to hear is piano. All right, hit the patch button so that turns off, and go back to performance. And move your cursor button. It's always complicated. Sorry, I have to pause here for a second and just remember, because I just did this and I didn't write anything down. Sorry, you have to hit edit always hit edit. When you forget where you are, remember to have to go back to hit edit. Turn the dial here, the value dial, and go to MIDI. Now move your cursor button where it says P1 and turn your dial. And you'll see that you want your MIDI settings pretty much the way they come from the factory is fine. Move your cursor. Now move your part button the right side. And you'll see that every part and every MIDI channel matches 1-to-1. This is a problem. If you're making a live performance setting where you've got 4 or 5 different patches combined together for a performance, you don't want them on different MIDI channels necessarily. For me, I don't. I have one keyboard, and this is MIDI together with another device, and I want them all playing at the same time. So let's dial back down. Not dial down. Let's get our MIDI back down to 1. And what I want to do is make 1 through, let's say 1 through 9. All on channel 1. And then 10 through 16 I'll leave alone. Okay. So what this means is that I can have 9 patches layered together, all coming out of this one device. They're all going to play on MIDI channel 1. Then when I hit my synthesizer, let's say if I have 1 sound on my piano, 9 sounds are going to come out of here, up to 9 sounds. And right now I have this set so that up to 8 sounds can come out of my JV 1080. So I'll probably only set it so that, no more than 3 to 5 different patches are playing at any one time out of here. But I just want to set this and leave it, and then save it as a template. So move your cursor again. So now you're back to MIDI. Turn your dial, part. All these are going to be patch and effects. And you go to effects, your volume, your chorus, your send, all that is going to affect the whole thing, and that'll be fine. So this is now PA001 sequence template. Got a little asterisk here. Means you've edited it. Come over to utility, Press utility. It's asking you to write the performance by pressing enter. You press enter. It's down here. And it's complete. So I've saved this as my user 001 sequence template. So now what I can do is go in here, part 1, and say I want to change this. It's a nice piano. Part 2, I'm going to change this. Part 3, I'm going to change this. Part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, part 8, part 9. Okay. I'm going to go to utility, move my cursor, and I'm going to save this to, let's say I'll save this to number 2, and then I'll change the name, give it something else, and then hit enter, and we're done. And all the MIDI settings are going to copy over because I've used my template. And that is that. There's no sound on this because I don't have speakers hooked up to this, but that is how you create a multi-layer program from the patches on a Roland XV5050. Thanks, bye.